how to get investors. But I think basically we were maybe forgetting, at least I don't know what you're doing day to day and all that, but I think basically it's important sometimes to take a step back. And what we did when we started MassMobile, and what I do all the time, I don't look at that one yet. No? Before, when you start a startup, you must ask yourself, and I think that's one of the most important things you can do. And I realize that many of you haven't really done that work. Okay? You say, what are the CSF for us? What are the critical success factors? What are the factors that are absolutely critical for my business to have success? Do that exercise. Each one of you. That's my strongest recommendation. That's what I want you to remember here today. If you remember that, I can just leave right now and say that's it. Do that exercise very, very detailed. Okay? For you, for example, what are your critical success factors? Well, one of your critical success factors for your concept is to get a deal with an airline, an air company. That's absolutely one of your critical success factors. Without that, you can have the greatest team, you can have the greatest advisor, but without a deal, you're dead. So that's one good thing, or one critical success factor. So you map up what's the critical success factors. With my app, which is an app for that measure your consumption on a mobile telephony, one critical success factor is that it's very useful for the consumer, that it's easy, it has a good usability, user-friendliness. If you have a techie app that 95% or 98% of the consumers don't understand because it's designed by engineer and they don't have the look and feel and they don't have this usability, then you're dead. That's another critical success factors for my concept now. That's why I'm talking to Juan Leal to see if how he can help me out with that. Right? So map your critical success factors. Then what do? You look at what are your critical success factors, and then you do gap analysis. This is what we did in MassMobile. Look at this old slide. It's from 2006. Okay. What do we need in order to create become successful? And what do we have? Example. We need to really know the Spanish telecom market. We really need to know the business for the virtual operators, critical success factors. You, for example, is similar to ours in that sense. You need to get a deal with an airline. That's one of your CSFs. Then you have more, but that's one of your critical success factors. Without that, you're dead. Go home. So what do you need? What do you need to have a deal? You need a lot of things, but you need to have one guy which is extremely connected with one of the airlines. I don't think if you don't have it personally, you need to get that guy. That's how we thought about it. When we started MassMobile, a mobile operator in Spain, we thought about, okay, with two guiris, with two foreigners, Manuel Spengler is still the president and the guy running the show, and myself. So we looked, what do we give into the project? Okay, we have a lot of knowledge about the business, and we have a lot of experience about Spanish telecom. But we don't know anything about sales and marketing in Spain. We're two foreigners, young ones. Not that young anymore, but I was young. It's not enough to become a successful mobile operator with two giddies, two foreigners, sitting there and trying to think that you can run the whole Spanish market. What did we do? Because two of the critical success factors was to have a really killer guy with killer knowledge about telecommunication and marketing in Spain and about distribution channels in Spain. So what did we do? We went out, we got this guy, José Luis Lomas. We got this guy, Justo Yacer. Justo. He has a lot of power in order to create distribution channels. It was one of our critical success factors. José Luis Lomas, one of the VP, Vice President of Consumer Good Marketing in Spain. So these two guys were there, two young guys in the beginning of the 30s, Manuel and myself, the beginning of 30s back then. So the guys, our customers, the mobile operators, the investors, they see, you have two guys, young ones, they know telecom, they know other telecom startups that had success with this concept outside of Spain. They bring the know-how and the young energy and all that. But they're nothing. They just have the right hand. They need the left hand. One of their critical success factors is to build up the distribution channel, is to build up a really good marketing strategy. And those two foreigners do not know that. And then they saw, they got José Luis Lomas, they got Justo Yacer, they have stocks in the company, the VP of marketing, the VP of sales, solid Spanish guys at the end of the 40s with really good CVs. You see what we did? This is just a gap analysis. Where are you? Where are your critical success factors? Each one of you need to really pinpoint that one and how, in order to. We also had the thing about getting the deal with the mobile operator. Not easy. You have huge competition. So what did I do? I had the same problem as you had. Was lucky enough, not lucky only, but good enough to build up a concept that created a lot of enthusiasm and energy. And we presented it to the ex-president of Ericsson Spain. He had contacted us. He believed in us, he liked our energy, positivism, and he said, okay, you can tell the market I'm with you. I work with you. I work on stocks. I'm part of your board. Fantastic guy. He's even so good, you know what he did? He said, like, guys, I don't want any equity with you, and you don't need to pay me anything. I just want to help you. If you succeed, if you get the contract with the venture capitalists and with the mobile operators, you actually get work, then maybe my work could be appreciated. But until now, I'm not stressing. Few people are like Graham. They want to take a lot before.
Can you use it?
It's very retired. But you say, can we use him? But I don't think Graham could be good for you. Graham is a telecom guy. We needed a guy that really showed that he believed in us on a high level, that can call up top managers, his own clients. He's an ex-president of Ericsson Spain, the head of 5,000 people. He was top manager of 5,000 people. We could call the number 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in Orange, Vodafone, who is trying to say, hi, my friend, how are you doing? Listen, you need to do me a favor. Those guys have done a lot of favors and work together. I need your guys to sit down with these guys. I'm advisor on the board here. this was a door opener. I need it. Because that's one of the critical success factors. Without the deal with mobile operator must move, it never exists. It would just be PowerPoint slides, friends. So that's how we closed one of the critical success factors to get a guy, a heavyweight, and board to that. Are you following me, or am I talking too fast? Do that exercise. Super important. When I was here last time, I thought, shit, because I was a bit busy those days. Shit, I didn't have time to do that. Because you will not get investors if you can't really show that you thought about all this. If you show the investors, and it's more important than only for the investors, it's for yourself.
How did you invite the first one of them to join?
Is that not clear for all of you? Yeah? Please do that exercise by yourself. And please, I'll answer your question. But let me just add that last time I was here, I saw a lot of you that thought that if you have a great product and you 2 founders, that's enough. It's usually not enough. You need to have a lot of people. You need to show investors that, hey, I thought about the critical success factors. If you're alone right now and you want to get investors and angels to believe in you, I think it's great to show what you have, what you bring into the project, and say like, you're also alone maybe, or yeah, but then you say like, hey, this is me. I do this and this. I need this and this and this to add on, and I will go and get them. But then you need to share your shares. For example, the Russian guys that were here, I think they have I don't know the gaming, but they have a really gaming good product, it seems like. But having a good project is not enough. And having a good CTO or technical guy and a good web designer and a good project is not enough. Then you need a sales guy. You need a CEO guy. Okay. How to get the first guys on board? You need to get people passionate about the project. You need to basically. I think the first point is to really work with the critical success factors, because doing that, if you've done that, one of the things is that okay, if you have a consumer app, it's okay, user friendliness. One of the critical success factors is really the business models, right? You look at the critical success factors and you work about it and you tell how you're going to have success. So when he says that, okay, what about the business models? I said, well, my business models, Phoner. Yeah, I thought about it. It's here. We will make money through. You have 6 or 7 different potential revenue streams. So I thought about how we'll make money. How we do it in detail. Now I show you. This is how we start making money, through commission, when people port to your app. How we make money. Then I go down to the Excel sheet, which is huge. Bum, bum, bum. And he said, yeah, how much money will you get for each operator? How much is the churn? How much? 10 different questions. I said, it's that. Is this, because Massimo will perform Yogo. What do I do? I show my homework on how to make on this project. Then he said, yeah, but how are you gonna, in 5 years' time, what's your vision for the company? I said, oh, no, I want to go to stock exchange, or you say that, yeah, I want to sell it. I want to sell it. Okay, how do you sell it? And for my app, okay, I'll sell it to the large insurance companies. I sell it to the media companies. I can sell to some distribution channels. I show where I want to go with the company in the future. I show how much it's worth through some PowerPoint slides. I show him that we have an excellent team. So what you're actually doing, and I think that the power of PowerPoint presentation is extremely valuable for getting the first guy. PowerPoint presentation, or maybe using the app or the web. But what you need to create is passion to get the first guy, important guy, and then you need to believe in you as a team, and you need to believe in your concepts. You need to believe in how you're making money. You know, investors and important people like that, they have the tick boxes. The investors are thinking like that. Okay, do I believe in the product? And then they ask a lot of things about the product. Competitors, how are they positioned? If the concept is good, if the consumer will use it, is it different? Is it new? Does it have a sustainable technology? And then they go into the technology. They have the tick boxes. So if you're convinced them about the product, they tick off one. If they're convinced about the team, 3. When I have a slide like this and talk about the team like that, in their head they do like this. Team, good, okay. Concept, product, competition, I don't know. A lot of questions coming up. We have a competitor that's been in the market for 2 years. A lot of questions come up, so I need to be prepared. They don't tick off that easily for me, for that app. But for the team, yes, because they're... So do a good PowerPoint presentation, thinking about the critical success factors. Show that you thought about everything. You don't need to have everything. That's not what I'm saying. You're small. But show the guys that where you are, and you say, I need a brilliant community manager to have success. That's what I meant. Do you have one? No, but we need money first, and we'll find them. Can you help us? But we need that, because I don't have that, and you don't have that. We like that and that and that, that and that and that, and this and this and this is what we lack to have success. That's being professional. You don't need to lie. You should never lie and say that we have everything. You don't have everything. But that you thought about what you need to make sure. Did I answer your question?
Yeah. I thought the first one is the hardest. So after you get one, another one can come along.
You're very right about that. What's your name again? Your name? Jonathan, yeah. I think Jonathan had a very good comment with that, because that's what happened with us with Masmo last movie. Exactly. We got the first one. We got Raimo. He was the first one, and then the really heavyweight guys, the regulator, the Spanish regulator, or potential providers and customers, the mobile operators. Raimo with you. How do you manage to get Raimo? He believes in us. He believes in our concept. You can call him. Can I call him? Yeah. And he told that. And it opens door. And then we get Pepe Ferre, a heavyweight that worked 20 years for Orange and Vodafone. Then we get those guys. Yeah, it's a domino. Yeah. To do that, you need to map your critical success factors and do your good PowerPoint presentations. Yeah, I put it there as like, especially in Spain, and I guess everywhere. Personal relationships are important and need to be taken seriously. Right. Position yourself, get endorsement of a heavyweight person. That's what we did with Raimo. That's how we closed one of our gaps. Powerful guy. said that he believed in us because we cannot fix this alone by ourselves. We didn't have the connections, not the experience. I have here, do not estimate the power of good PowerPoint presentations. One thing, I want to show you how we managed to get back to Jonathan's question. How do we get people on board? We came into Spain in 2006 beginning, and we said that what Maine and I actually brought to the table was a lot of experience about MVNOs and how it works abroad. And that was true, but of course you blew it up a bit. And okay, now PowerPoint presentation has evolved a lot. So you can do much better PowerPoint presentation than this one, but this one was 10 years ago. And we put this on the table. Let's say that you were a guy that were thinking about if to join the team or as an advisor, and said like, you know who's our team? It's not only Maini and myself. Look here. Now the virtual operator thing is starting in Spain, and we have Raimo Lindgren with us. But one of the best friends of Maini, oh, he was not one of the best friends, but we said it. But they grew up in a small little town of 3,000 people. That's great. Joseph Meyer is the CEO of one of the white labeling MVNOs in Austria. You can call him about everything. Myself, since I was the one starting here, I know the COO, I know the C-founder of Talkmore, and those guys, we'll take those two guys. They started 4 MVNOs in Norway, virtual operators in Norway, before Spain hasn't even implemented one, because this started in 1999 here, and this started in 2006 here. What we will do, we'll take 2 of those guys on top there. We'll take them, when you, dear operator, will give us a contract, we will call those guys, Thomas and Bernard, and say, hey, come down, guys. Now it's starting. Put up the whole shit for us. When people saw that map, said, I mean, sometimes we haven't even spoken about it. We just looked at it, wow, those 2 giddies, those 2 foreigners, they really know a lot. They'll have success in Spain because they know how this concept is implemented elsewhere. Benchmark analysis is important. If you're doing something new, like you guys are doing, then try to do some benchmarking of other concepts that's just come in and rule the show and why it should be successful. If you can compare it to other markets, what you're doing, then show success story. That's very important to convince people. Benchmark analysis, success stories. You have some questions, I can see.
Yeah, I was wondering, well, if we want to benchmark it, what would you advise?
If you have
in our circumstances.
If you don't have benchmarking.
If you don't have benchmark information, basically, because it's very young.
Yeah.
It's
Bitcoins.
exactly.
Yeah. I would, even though I would draw up scenarios.
Mm.
I would do I would do some scenarios of how many people would use Bitcoins and why, and the consumer advantages of doing so. I'll do that on the PowerPoint slide Excel. And then I would argue then say, like, if people say, hey, that's not true, you cannot, then you need to try argumentations and, hey, what do you think when what happened with YouTube and Spotify and Facebook and so on? Do you think I mean, Airbnb, the founder has an email from one of the VCs saying that they didn't believe that they had enough potential, nobody can predict the future. They're not smarter than you are, the VCs. It's just, I don't believe in that. right? You don't know. So build up scenarios, and then I would build up scenarios for example, would you say that really, what do you say, like, I've lost the word, product breakthrough, like Uber and like Airbnb and YouTube, Facebook, Spotify. Disruptive. That's what I said. Disruptive. I would brand Bitcoin as a disruptive, not technology, it's not, but product.
The development itself of Bitcoin, the market, is often compared with internet.
Yeah. PayPal had success, right?
So,
Also disruptive product, and
Yeah.
so I will use this as benchmarks.
Exactly.
See that it's possible.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And when you do all that, then you can move on to
For the presentation.
I had just a couple of colors, slides, just like that one. I think this is maybe apply now or a little bit more, but this is not me. This is Michael Fisher and Marty Abbott. I read that one 10 years ago. I think it's still good. It's 5 myths that can kill a startup. Myth number 1: hire smart people and let them do their magic. No, that's not the truth. And it applied for me. Because what did we do in Massmorgan? We did a mistake hiring the sales guy. Because we hired a really good sales guy with a really track record who was 39 years old. And he was a great sales guy. But the problem, that guy, he really didn't want to be a sales guy anymore because he's been a sales guy for 15 years. And he was really hoping that he'd sit back and do a lot of strategy and business development. But that was our job. So we didn't sort of catch that one. So in the end, he didn't perform because he was burned out. He didn't want to be a good sales guy anymore. So what it should be better to hire a startup and let them do magic. You need to sense and say like, hey, you have a 30-year-old guy who's really not yet there, but he's hungry as hell. To show that he's worth. He will be better than taking a 39-year-old burnout guy that really didn't want to sell anymore. It was good. It was excellent, but he didn't want to sell it. And this is how you miss many times. It's about your great idea. No, it's not. It's about what the customer thinks. Nobody cares shit about if your technology is the best one. Take out your pride. Ask people when you come so far to about the product. Ask people if they will use it. Some will say no, some will say yes, and about why not? Why not? Why? What is good, what is bad?
Why yes?
Yeah. This one, because you're tight, you work a lot together. You have conflict. But it's not true that conflict is bad. Because like we said here, effective conflict is bad. If you guys start shouting at each other that you're a lousy person, you're a liar, and so on, that's bad. If you start like that, that's bad. That's personal and it's effective. If you say that you're not telling me the truth, you're hiding things, you're not transparent, bad. Solve it or have whatever, or have a break, but that's bad. Conflict that is bad. But cognitive conflict is good. It's good to have a disagreement. It's good to say that, hey, we should go for, if you say you should go for that strategy and you say we should go for that strategy, You should listen and look at both things, pros and cons, and listen pros and cons. It's good that you question things. It's good that you disagree and have conflicts on the subject, but not on the personal stuff. It's about hard work. Don't expect to have a life. I think everybody will need to have a life. But sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have months or maybe a year where you don't have a lot of life. You're just working and working and working. But when I get clear ideas, sometimes it's when I go for a run or go up in the mountains, I'm at the sea, relaxing. But then suddenly work come back and suddenly I get a good idea. If you're sitting there all the time, 80 hours, 100 hours, week in, week out, if you have nothing that could sort of make you relax, it's not good. It's not good for your health, personally, but it's not good for the business either, because you become very narrow-minded. You always work so hard. When we launched Masmoril, I thought I need to do everything until the launch. I will just work as much as I can, 100 hours a week for months. And I did so. I said goodbye to friends. We don't see me for months. I didn't have a family, so I didn't care. I just worked and slept. But I thought it was going to be like this, and then I could go back and work 45, 50 hours. But that never happened. I could go down to 80. So then it was a problem. So it's not good to exaggerate and work too much in the beginning. More questions? Whatever.
Like in your case, what was the moment when you realized, okay, it's finally paying off?
This
is finally paying off.
Finally paying off.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, you put like four plus 6 months in a row of like hard working and stuff. What was the moment when you realized, okay, this is working, this is going to be great, and now it's a fact. It's not only assumption.
Okay. On personal level or economical level?
Both actually would be interesting.
First, I made a commitment to myself and said that, okay, no matter how this will go with Masmoril, I'll be proud of my decision. I jumped off Ericsson and I started this, and I said, okay, if it's going to go like this, I'll be proud of myself. I think that's good. Say to yourself in your mind that I'm proud of my decision. I'm proud of my decision working as a mad dog for a half a year or 1 year to try to launch it. I'm proud of myself if it will be a success or not, if I can launch it or not. It's very important. So because after 1 year working, like we worked 17 months, spent all our money, savings, spent even some money from our parents and from our friends that bet on us and so on. We had no income and we bring to give up because we didn't have a contract. Yet I was proud of myself. If we had to go home before getting a contract, just trying for 1.5 years, I will have a personal satisfaction because I've learned so much, a lot. So personal wise, it gave a lot of satisfaction from quite in the beginning, because you have to be proud of yourself if you're creating something and so on. Well, that said, in the beginning when we really managed to launch, and 2 years in 2010, when I saw that the company was there, but still we lacked 60,000 euros per month, I said, now it's personal. I really need to make this happen, money-wise. And when I saw it come together, we earned money after 4 and 4.5 years in the market. 4.5 years, then we earn money. After 4 years and something, when I saw that closing the gap in order to become profitable month per month, then was when I really felt that, hey, now we're close to, now I've done it.
And before that 4 years in the hub?
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Sure.
We were so close to close the company several times. Now it's worth 300 million euros. But we're so close. So close that after working our butt off for years, really, and it's too much. I don't recommend to work so much here. We were so close that they sold the whole company to maybe 5 million euros. But of these 5 million euros, the investor would have taken 98 to 97%. So I myself invested 50,000 euros plus 1.5 year without any salary. And I would have maybe getting 10, 20,000 euros. So that would be a really negative return, right? We're so close. That was so close. Instead, it's worth a lot of money. So it's really thin line. What makes a thin line? Working hard and trying to be as professional as possible, try to do things right, correct, do it good. Do the PowerPoint presentation good. Do the sales meeting good. Take meeting notes. Get good guys into the team. Learn from your experiences. For me, I'm still learning. I'm learning a lot. I hope I will say the same when I'm 60. Okay. Just want to tell you that about the critical success factors because it's so important, and last time I didn't have time to really share that with you. You get a copy of just these ones. I just put 4 or 5 slides together here. I don't know if it's so you just remember what I said about these critical success factors and how to really close the gap. Where are you right now? What you need in order to become successful.
I want to hear more about commercial operators when you was there. Market is rather competitive. I would like to hear more about the competition, especially when you start on this market with the entry players.
The market players, the competition.
Yeah, the competition.
When we started.
Yeah, how you entered the market? It was already penetrated. So how did you manage to survive this market?
Yeah, you came a little bit in. You're working together, right? No, you came a bit late into this presentation because you lost that. You can talk to the other way. I would just to show that what we really did, and it applies to you because I remember your case, is that in order to have success, you asked me last time, will we get any money? You asked me. I didn't give you the right question. Now I do it. I said, have you solved your critical success factors? How are you going to be successful? And what you need to do is you need to say what you need to have in your products, what you need to have in your solution, and you need to see what you two guys are bringing to the table. And you need to be very honest and say, like we did here, I'm Christian, mine is the other one. So we're 2 young guys, foreigners, we bring in this and this and this. In order to be successful, we need more things. Okay? Then we got other people in with equity that could do that. Now, how did we do that? We really convinced a lot of the Spanish people here that we knew a lot about this more mature market. We did some benchmark analysis. Said, hey, I'm Norwegian, he's Austrian. I mean, those countries had this concept for years. We know what they did. We know what they failed at. We know what they did well. we try to take a little bit of that and a little bit of that from other countries. So that's why we're not starting from the scratch. 1, 2. We have a very dedicated, good team who fills out the critical success factors, back to that again, because it's so deadly important for you. Who fill out the gaps in order to be successful. That's why we need this with a lower team, less team, and less money, because we do guerrilla marketing, we do this and that, and blah, 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 because we have the right guys and we have the right experience from abroad. A little bit of that. It's tough to be an entrepreneur. Very tough. We are, how to say, like, we like to hurt ourselves a lot. It's much easier to be a corporate guy, but it's much more fun as well. It gives you much more. I think you learn much more. Okay, thank you.